Alright. I think that worked. I hope it did. I hope it did. I hope this worked. We're seeing. We're seeing, we're looking, we're doing. We're doing, we're seeing, we're hoping. Hold on. Hold on. What's going on out there in this gaming spaces here? I'm figuring some magic out here. Hold on. There we go. Boom. Found it. Found it. Had to find it, but I found it. Alright. Woohoo! Woohoo! We got it. Got it to run, got it to move. Hopefully. I'm hoping. Alright. I'm glad to see that everything is running smoothly. So, I'm going to go ahead and run just a little test here, a little testy test here. See if this is all running smoothly, because what I'm doing right now is I'm running the OBS as well as my Stream Elements or TikTok Studio. So, trying to see if I can do both. My rig is powerful enough to handle it. That's why I'm checking some stuff here. It should be okay, but you never know. I don't want people to be looking at some craziness. All right, we're off to the races now. Cool. All right, beautiful. Hello, welcome. All right, let's see here. If I remember correctly, I'm supposed to talk to somebody back here. Here we go. Do some kind of quest or something. Oh, there we go. Okay. I remember a little bit here and there. So I remember just a teeny bit. Okay. Let's see. I'm not gonna read cutscenes here. I'm just gonna kind of get through them, you know. I'm not gonna get that. I don't have the suave voice to go ahead and read off the descriptions here. Okay, I was SOB, huh? Okay. Okay. I don't know about that. I mean, it might be a little bit of just a little bit of a SOB, just some of the time. Not all the time, though. Alright, let's see here. Uh-oh, they're getting a powwow huddle going on here. So I'm going in secret. In secret. Do you know I'm standing right here, you guys. I can hear you. Just standing there looking at him like, hey, you guys, you're gonna talk like I'm not here. Alright, let's see. Pinchinichi. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go through and all this here. There we go. The Star Onion Brigade. Okay, so I'm gonna do a fetch quest of some kind. Hey, what's going on, JPG? So, let me see the quests here. I think I got the right item. Let's see, Truth, Justice, and the Onion Way. Alright, so look for Star Onion Brigade. Look for some kind of tail. I think I had the right item. It's this this item here you get off of bees here. Where is it? Rabbi tail. Yeah, I think this is the right item. Yep, Right item. Got it. See, I remember just a little bit, bits and pieces. What happened? I don't know. Okay. I see. Hold on. Huh! I'm back. I'm back. Okay, we're good. JPG, welcome back. Sorry about that. Had a situation. Let me see. Are we clear? I think we are. I think we're good. Yes. Okay. Cool. Had to double check everything, make sure it was good. Hello. Welcome in. All right. So we just talked to the brigade here. I think I'm an SOB now. Whatever that means. Star Onion Brigade, I think it was, what do they call it? But I ended up getting an item from this quest. And this item is actually pretty good. It's a Justice Badge. So, old classic Final Fantasy, well, classic Final Fantasy in general, you could always acquire these items that you just couldn't get anywhere else. You couldn't farm them, you couldn't buy them. They were super unique. Even though they don't seem like they are, they were very super unique. And this is the Justice Badge. It can be worn by all races, it can be worn by all jobs, and it gives you 1 defense point and 3 mind. Now, for level 7, this is a seriously powerful item. You may not think it is, but like I said, this is very, very unique. And it's just, I can't wear it right now, but the one thing about Final Fantasy is, even though the stats don't look like they do now, where you have hundreds of numbers, every little bit actually matters. So like I said, that was an early, actually, I need to go back. Whoops, made an error. I think I have to get another quest from them. But essentially, every little bit counts. And especially the earlier, the better. So that's why I just do that little quest from the little Onion Brigade back here. Will actually yield you some pretty good results. Let me see here. Let me run back. I gotta do this again because I have to talk to them. But essentially, like I said, it was one of those things where you remember some of the classic ins and outs of it, but some of them you got to kind of look back on, which they actually have a wiki. So you can go to Horizon XI wiki, and they have all the missions. You can type them in, you can double check them. They give you the step-by-step tutorials, all that good stuff. So if you ever feel like you're lost because Final Fantasy 11 doesn't hold your hand, it gives you a little bit here and there, and it says go ahead and figure it out. So the wiki is going to be your bread and butter when it comes to figuring out this game. It just, especially all the quests, all the routes, everything like that. It's a wild ride, but it's a good slow burn. I think that's the best thing to put it as. This is a good slow burn. Let me see. Okay, so I got that. Let me see. What was I supposed to do with this one? Let's see. We're gonna send the Onion Brigades. Okay, so I have to go there in this gang. Okay, I think I needed the next one. I think was you get the Rabbi Tail from the bees, ironically enough, and then the next quest has you get these 4 wild onions, which you get from goblins. You got to farm those up and then give them to them, and they give you another item. So that's a very good early on step to getting, some gear that you can use. And like I said, early on, every little bit of gear counts. Every little bit of gear helps, especially. That's just something to keep in mind, especially when you're, starting off. So let me see. I think I had the main mission. Let me see here. The nations. I go to the Harototo Ruins experiment. Okay, so I got to go out to go back there to talk to him. All right, let's see. Travel to West Falls. Okay. Warpy warp. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. I think if I remember, I'm trying to remember here because, like I said, it's a lot to remember. I think I'm supposed to go back to Windrush Walls. Let me see. I got to look it up real quick. Proceed to upload. Okay, so I gotta go back to Windrush Woods. Okay. So I'm like, man, I gotta remember, especially this early part. No, I don't want to go to port. Let me see here. Okay, I just walked right here to woods. That's fine. I'll just walk here. Okay. So we do a little walk here. To south, you get. So I see. Quest. Overseer. Warp scroll. Yeah, that's right. So in the beginning, you have to do a lot of traveling. Okay. With the traveling that you're doing, you got to keep in mind about the back and forth, especially early on. So you want to go to one of the conquest overseers to get a warp scroll. You want to be careful of the warp scroll because the warp scrolls are expensive, especially for just starting off. If you can acquire it, get it, but be mindful when you're using it because it can get costly on conquest points, especially until you get later levels where you get a warp cordial, I think it was, which has a certain number of charges on it that you can warp in. So you definitely want to keep you a warp scroll on hand at all times. Do not leave home without it. Okay, that's probably one of my most recommendations when it comes to when you do happen to get to the city. Let me see. I want to talk to him real quick. I think. Okay, good. We're good. All right. But yeah, that's probably one of my biggest recommendations when it comes to starting off. You definitely want to get a warp scroll. Let's see, get a map. All right, let's go ahead and head to the main gate so we can turn in this quest and then head to the next area. And then from there, we should be able to head out and kind of do this main mission and then head back. Okay. And then, if I remember correctly, for Monk, the best, I think, sub job for, if I remember correctly, was Warrior or Ninja. Which, of course, Ninja's going to be a lot later. It's going to be a minute before we get to see any of that action. Let me see here. So run back, and there's a lot of back and forth, especially early on. FF11 is a lot of back and forth, so you got to have the certain amount of patience for it. It's not going to be something that you're just, like I said, it's one of those games where you just, if you're wanting to play something that's a classic that you can just sit back and kind of not tune your brain off to, but definitely just kind of relax, is one of those ones where you just relaxing, just enjoying the nostalgia, all that good stuff. Let me see. I want to spend my conquest. Let me get the signet first. I definitely need that. Get the signet. And then let me see if I can spend. I only have 505. Ugh, I don't think I have enough. 750. I don't have enough. I'm gonna have just running. Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm gonna be running. So let's go ahead and head that way. Let me see. I think if I remember correctly, we would wanted to go to. I think the ruins are at the top left corner. Or the right corner, that's right. Yeah, we definitely want to do that. So sorry, check. This is about the profits. Okay, so right now I'm thinking I'm going to start farming up because I think this mission requires me to be at least level 8 So I'm gonna try and do that real quick. Level up as fast as possible. And then from there, I'll go ahead and do the rest of the mission and just kind of continue on my way. But like I said, the early game for this is just very, you know, back and forth heavy. You definitely want to try and practice, you know, learning the mechanics if you don't remember. If you don't remember, you definitely want to try it out. I think I'm going to try to get to at least level 8 out here, and then I'll just go ahead and do it on the mission. Be safe than sorry, especially on... let me see. So let me go ahead, pop some of that meat that I got. And then from there... Oh, what's this? MP, I don't need that. I don't need that. But yeah. Let's see. Alright, so that's our main objective. And like I said, a lot of people still play this game. They play it on the full retail version, the emulation version. Like I said, this Horizon XI, it's free. It don't cost you nothing. And so if you just want to play something that's a classic, definitely hop in. Definitely hop in. I recommend it. Especially if you played it back in early Xbox 360 days. early days. It was definitely fun. Like I said, I remember a whole bunch of memories, staying up late, just chilling out, group, all that good stuff. It was fun. It was definitely fun. Like I said, I recommend it to anybody that's willing. Alright. Let's see. Decent challenge. Sure. Why not? Ooh, level 5. Oof. I'm gonna be careful of that.
Your skill has increased.
Alright, pulling back a little bit. Alright. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah. Just sitting there, just chilling, hanging out, getting some levels, tuning your brain off, you know. You tired of sweating? You definitely worth it. I say definitely worth it. It don't cost nothing, so.
Your skill has increased.
But most of the time, I think it's not the most flashiest of games, but that's okay. That's all right, especially when you want to chill out and whatnot.
Your skill has increased.
Can't say enough things good about it. For anybody that wants to play a little Final Fantasy here. Let me see. Alright. I got a bit of experience. Got 140 with the XP band that I got on, so that's good. Shouldn't take me too long to get to level 8. I mean, especially with the low levels, it doesn't require a whole bunch of XP to get there. Alright, this talks up. Alright, 113 experience. Like I said, it's not that bad. Now, I will say, compared to retail, one thing I think the reason why XI has kind of gotten the attention it's gotten, one is free, obviously. Free means I won't play it, this is free, right? That's a real good barrier to entry. The second thing is that I think the retail version of Final Fantasy has kind of lost its way a little bit, because in the retail version, and even in some of the other private servers, the trusts that you can get, the trust that you can get, I think well, nobody used the Adventuring Fellow, but because you have the trust, they pretty much allow you to play the game by yourself. And I mean, come on, it's an MMO. Why are we playing by ourselves? Why are we playing an MMO by ourselves? I mean, yeah, you can get maybe 1 or 2 friends. It's not a full, party of 6, but when you have the trusts, they basically make it to where you just don't need to play with people. And I think for me, that kind of removed the whole purpose of getting the community, getting your link shells, getting a group of friends together, playing Final Fantasy. You like, why, if you can just get a whole bunch of trusts that are basically going to almost play the game for you. Yeah, you still have to kind of pick the right trusts, but even then, that really doesn't matter. So, not I'm saying it's anything necessarily, I don't say wrong, because I mean, there are some times where you will play the game and there isn't a party that you can, group up with. So that kind of does, you know, take away from the experience when you're sitting there screaming for, you know, 10, 15 minutes trying to find a party to do some of the content. However, I think they overtuned it. All right. I think they overtuned the trusts just being there, readily available when you can, you know, just call them at any point in time, right? The Adventuring Fellows, I think, were the first attempt at that. And the Adventuring Fellows, I think, was a good idea. I think they just overtuned it when they put in trusts, because they saw that people were just being frustrated with having to find parties for Valkyrie Dunes when they were leveling for EXP. That, you know, people were getting frustrated because they couldn't have, you know, anybody to play with. So that's where they came out with the Adventuring Fellows, which was fine. You know, it was fine for what it was. You could create your own custom NPC, right? And then when they introduced trusts, I mean, it basically made it on autopilot. I mean, there were so many nuances, you know, the leveling books, and it just kind of, I think, went downhill from there. It just kind of went downhill from there, unfortunately. When they started implementing all the different ways to get an EXP and to party and all that stuff, it was a little bit too much, I think, in my opinion. It was just way too much. But I mean, like I said, if you get what you pay for, so I mean, if you want to just play it to just do the content, sure.
Your skill has increased.
But it's not really worth it, in my opinion. Unless you have a group of people you're willing to play the game, like playing it with. That's where, you know, like I said, some of the private servers have done their own little bit of implementation of that. But I think Horizon XI is really taking an approach to that classic, you know, you need to actually have a community, play with people, all that good stuff that kind of is the heart of the MMO experience, right? Let's see. But like I said, right now what we're doing is we're just getting a level 8, just trying to get to the point to where we can do the main mission, same song and dance, get stronger, do content, do the missions and the storyline, and get better at the game, right?
Your skill has increased.
Alright, what's this rabbit? It's 5. Decent challenge. Should be alright. I'll be alright. I ain't gonna die to no rabbit. Come here. Alright, let's see. Yes, this is a private server, Souls. This is Horizon XI. This is, you go into their website, the game is free, doesn't cost nothing. You can just download the client and basically play the game. Like I said, it's very nice. If you want to play that Final Fantasy 11 classic, I mean, I'd recommend it. I definitely recommend it.
Your skill has increased.
Uh-oh, we're cutting it close here. Cutting it close. Cutting it close. No, we're dead. Oh, we're died. Which is the old Final Fantasy classic feel. But it's fine. We can return to home point. It's all good. But like I said, that's just an old classic Final Fantasy. Just go in, you know, die, start over. Nothing wrong with it. But like I said, go back out, just pick up where we left off. Nothing wrong with that. But the one thing, like I said, is that you definitely want to just, you know, I think one thing I do like about Horizon XI over the other private servers, one thing is that they are really trying to stay to their roots about the experience of the classic, but also implement their own twists on certain things. One of those being, like I said, there are no trusts, there is no adventuring fellow. They said that they are going to probably look into adding that, which I think is very good. I do like that they're going to at least make it to where you can kind of play the game. You know, you can kind of play the game. You can at least have somebody, because a lot of people don't, play with a lot of friends, unfortunately. So there is there's obviously a lot of content that you're going to need a friend to at least play with. So that's where they said they're going to at least look into getting adventuring fellow, but there will be no trusts. They're not going to do that, which I respect them for it. I respect them for it. I'm not mad at them for it. I think they just did a dev. Let's see, my friend is just looking for an MMO, but not many good ones with his expectations, I guess you can say. So what kind of expectations, I guess, would be the question. What are you looking for in an MMO, I guess, Souls? That would be kind of the question, right? Let's see. I don't know if I'm just looking, but let's tab. Let's quest. Leaves video. Okay, so how do I explain how? Okay, so if you've played Final Fantasy 14 Souls, has your friend played it as well? That would be the next question. You don't mind the Final Fantasy 14 playstyle, but do they mind that? And the reason I ask that question is because if you plan on playing together, I would say definitely you can both download this as free and give it a shot. Okay. So see, I bought him the story, skip the catch up to me, and bought him a level 80 with full gear, and he played 10 minutes. You played 10 minutes of it, huh? All right. Well, okay, I'll put it to you this way. The game isn't, it's not turn-based, right? It's a delay, okay? So all the weapons in the game, which I'm sure you're already aware of, have a delay to when you attack, right? So if he's looking for that faster pace kind of, tab targeting or MMO feel like Black Desert Online, like Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars, if he's looking for that type of style, this isn't that. I'm just plain and simple, it's not that. So yeah, they're going to probably not enjoy it as much because they're probably used to that kind of play style. Now he hates Star Tag and he wants action combat. Yes, and Final Fantasy is just, this type of Final Fantasy isn't action combat. It's just not. If that's gonna kill his or her attention span to enjoying the game, I would say trying to get them to enjoy it is probably not going to be the best bet. That's just not going to work, right?
Your skill has increased.
Now, if, for example, you want to try and play it yourself to see if you can, have a MMO experience. I mean, not to say leave your friend in the dirt, leave him in the dust, but I mean, if you're trying to have somebody, see, we've been looking for a few days. MMOs are dying. So, okay. Let me spin it this way. If you're only looking at an MMO for combat, and I'm not saying not to enjoy the game, but if you're only looking at the MMO because it doesn't have action combat, then you're looking at MMOs wrong. MMOs are not, you don't look at an MMO for just its combat, right? You look at it for everything else, the community building, the story, the music. I mean, if you've played 14, I'm sure you've played, other 14 games, what do you enjoy about Final Fantasy? Is it the music? Is it the community? Is it, having that experience or those memories? Those are the types of things you want to look at an MMO for, not that you have an action combat. I mean, even those games that do have action combat, guess what? Those ones are dying. So you can't just say action combat bad, MMO dying as your kind of threshold, right?
Your skill has increased.
I'm trying to think of a good way to put it for you and your friend to enjoy this, right? Try to set sub-object. You see, I definitely have more variety than him. That's why I mostly play MMO. So,
Your skill has increased.
And so if you want to get your friend into this type of style of MMO, you're gonna have to make it to where you don't want to. You want to make it objectively fun, right?
Your skill has increased.
Because if you're going in just like expecting to min-max and definitely trying to force yourself to play this game like you would any
Your skill has increased.
modern day MMO or modern day game, that's not what you're here for. You're here for enjoying what you're doing and getting that classic feel. That's it. I mean, like I said, let's see, that'll never happen.
Your skill has increased.
Target, but I would. Okay, well then let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I don't know how for your friend, we might be looking at a different game to play with him altogether, right? For yourself, all right? We'll probably let him figure it out if he wants to play with this kind of game or not. Let's talk about yourself. So, have you ever played Final Fantasy 11 before? I know you played 14. Is it? Oh, it's bring back memories. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It brings back some good memories. If you played it when they dropped in 2002, like I did back in Xbox 360, it brings back some good memories. Let's see. Nope, I've played all the single player ones in 14. Haven't played 12 though. Okay, so this is Final Fantasy 11, but 12 is your more single player. Is this the zone outside of Windrest? Yes, it is. Let's see. I played on that clunky PS2. Oh yeah, PS2. I get that. Yeah, I played it on Xbox 360. But back to your thing, Souls. This reminds me of 12 for some reason. I mean, yeah, it's pretty close. But let me try to, like, I guess, kind of break down 11's, thought process, right? So it's very not strategic. I don't want to use that word. There's a very slow burn to it, right? Obviously, you take your time with it, all right? You definitely want to play this with the thought process of the music, not the music, I shouldn't say that. I'm losing my train of thought, sorry about that. You want to play this with the objective of the classic feel, right? You fight mobs, you get stronger, rinse, repeat. And then you want to, if you don't have anybody to play with, I would say definitely get with the Link Shell. Not only does this game have a wiki that you can kind of reference everything with, there's also a Discord that the Horizon XI server does have as well. And the server has plenty of people you can talk with, plenty of people you can group up with. I don't have any difficulties meeting somebody on here. I can assure you that. Let's see. It was the same open world aggro system. It was revolutionary. 12, yeah. See, this is the main girlfriend game is at 12 in the random encounter system. Something like that, yeah. Owlsers, yeah, something like that. 12 has been the red arc line. Definite aggro. True. But back to the Souls. I will say playing the game, you definitely, if you feel like the solo might deter you a little bit because you've played solo and you're looking to play with somebody, definitely try, I mean, to find somebody to play with. I mean, like I said, I don't mind playing with nobody. If you definitely going to give it a shot, you're going to hit me up and we can play. That's fine. You know, give you some pointers, kind of show you how to kind of learn the game. But again, like I said, the game is not meant to really hold your hand, I guess. A lot of modern day MMOs, they do. They like to hold your hand, you know, give you the training wheels. This doesn't give you the training wheels. It's kind of that learned as you go process, which that slow burn, I think a lot of people enjoy, right? I think that's the best way I can put it. If you don't know something, you can ask somebody, or you can go to the wiki and learn it. If you want to, you know, party up with somebody, same thing. Ask around, you know. Definitely see if anybody's willing to play low level job. You know, there's plenty of jobs to low level farm on and all that good stuff.
Your skill has increased.
So it is true. Yeah, that is that is an old one. Yes. I will say Horizon did a little bit of newer player experience to where it's not as hemorrhaging, I guess is the word. Alzus, where yes, you do level down or you lose experience when you die, but they've kind of broken it down a little bit to where, you know, if you were in the old retail version, let's just say, and you were level 30, right, and you died, you would lose almost 2 hours worth of experience, right? They've kind of softened that quite a bit. You're not going to lose that much experience. You're not going to lose that much experience. You lose it quite a bit, but not that much. Now when you get to the later levels, then you do feel it a little bit more, because yes, you do need a lot more experience to level up and so on and so forth. But you won't lose like 2 hours worth of experience. You will lose quite a bit, but not that much. But Souls, like I said, if you're definitely interested, I mean, definitely, you know, hit me up. Go ahead, hit me up. In-game name, you know, Chicago, you know. Let's see, look. Well, if you have a cry, yeah.
Your skill has increased.
All right, almost at level 8 here. Oh, you're playing with a streamer. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You're playing Dragon's Dogma. Were you playing the first one or the second one?
Your skill has increased.
Oh, the MMO. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Your skill has increased.
I got you. Yeah. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma was another classic. That was a very good one. They had a little bit of had that weird trading, you know, your pawns, I think they were. They had a very interesting system.
Your skill has increased.
Combat and everything like that as well. Let's see. MOBA. You played on the Gilgamesh and Carbuncle for a long time on retail. I got you.
Your skill has increased.
So I can get this on there. Hey, there you go. Hey, yo, that's good. That's cool. That's cool, man. See, I just got my Thor. Okay.
Your skill has increased.
Let's see. So, MOBA, do you still play Final Fantasy 11? Oh, let's see. I'm on cat side now. Let's see, only because you can't run.
Your skill has increased.
I got you. I got you. Rune Fencer and Geomancer. So all right. Let's see. So you're on the Cat's Eye server. Okay, I got you. Let's see if you don't know what this is. I have making you looking it up. And you say it's the Anthor. Okay. Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. All right, appreciate it. Thanks for looking out. Let's see. Going through. Okay. Now, another thing that I haven't attempted it myself, I do want to bring up about Horizon XI. They've taken it another step further where you can be a hardcore character. When you create your character, you can talk to an NPC that will give you a hardcore status. Now, with the hardcore status, essentially what that means is that if you happen to die, you lose that hardcore status. A lot of people don't do that because they think that their character is going to delete it. Well, that's not the case. So all that means is that when you're a hardcore character, if you achieve milestones that the game has set, they'll give you special cosmetics that you can get in game. So a lot of players, don't really mess with that too much because at first they thought that they were going to lose their character, but then a lot of people had to explain to them that you're not going to lose your character, you're just going to lose that hardcore status. The cosmetics are actually pretty cool. Now they're not like game-changing cosmetics or anything like that. They're just little stat items that you can just show off. That's about it. But you get bragging rights. I'll put it that way. You get bragging rights for them. Which I thought it was a nice feature. They're also adding more character slots because you can only have 3 on this, right? They're also adding an Iron Man status. It's talked about. They don't know if they're going to actually do it or not, right? But they're going to add an Iron Man status. Okay. Now, the Iron Man status basically means you can't trade with people. You can't. Basically, you can't do anything with other people that are not an Iron Man. You can't trade. You can't use the auction house. You can only talk to NPCs, right? So that's the next step. They went even further beyond with the next step. I don't know if they're going to when they're going to drop it, but it sounds pretty rough. Not being able to use the auction house, not being able to play with other players that are not NPCs. It was like, ugh. I don't know. They did, but like I said, they're talking about it. They're not gonna do anything as of yet. But it will be interesting to see. I'm hoping that when they drop the new patch, they haven't said when. They're going to drop it this year, though. I'm hoping when they drop the new patch, they at least give Adventuring Fellows out. They at least release those. Because I myself have had some hang-ups where you're missing like one extra person to complete a party. Or you just happen to do, some EXP runs or something like that, and having an extra person that that somebody might not be on your guild, your link shell, you might not be able to get a party member or something like that. So it's nice that they're at least going to give a little soft cushion to having at least an adventuring fellow. And I think the adventuring fellows were actually a nice implementation. That you can make a custom NPC, that you could get the class and everything. I think that was actually pretty cool. So hopefully, just fingers crossed that they're gonna drop Adventuring Fellows in the next update when they drop it out. All right, almost at level 8, so we can go ahead and move on to the next spot. Rabbits. killing the rabbits, killing all that other stuff, farming it up. And like I said, for the most part, again, it's one of those games where you definitely want to definitely play with someone. And if you can't, I just recommend you try to like set some objectives for yourself. You know, farm stuff, you know, what you're gonna be doing for the day, stuff like that. And you don't want to play this game super long either. It's like some people will, but other times people won't. They won't play it long enough. Some people play it for like couple half an hour to an hour, jump offline. Some people I know for a fact play it for a really long time. They play it for a couple hours, and I'm like, yikes. Yeah, so sometimes that's them dedicated people right there. That's them dedicated individuals. But definitely be playing that long. So let me ask you, Souls. What was you played the most recent Final Fantasy 14 like a couple weeks ago, or is this like a long time ago you played 14?
Your skill has increased.
Let me see. Okay, so again, yeah, this is beginning of Stormblood, 3rd expansion, so I'm pretty far behind, but I have level. Yep, all nostalgia train, most definitely. 80 hours report, 70 somewhere. All right. So Souls, you know, let's see. Okay. I got you, MOBA. So, cause me, I played 14. I tried 14. I couldn't get into it. And the reason I couldn't get into 14 is because it felt like they were trying to mix two different play styles. Like the story was fine, the world was fine, but they were trying to mix like action combat with, yeah, you could say that too. Yeah, it was too much was happening on screen. Yeah, I guess Moby, you got it. Good point. It was just too much. Like they were trying to do action combat. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you, Verana. I appreciate the protect and the shell. They have hybrid targeting. Yeah, they have that too. And let's see, like. Too many invisible walls. I got it. Yeah, they have hybrid tab targeting, and like I said, they tried to like mix action combat, but they tried to still keep that almost delay combat for 11. And that to me just I didn't like that. You know, it was like, because certain mobs you would fight, you couldn't really get into it because it was like, okay, wait, so I pop abilities, but I also auto attack, but it was like flipping flop back forth. It's too small, the load screens being so frequent, they really made the world seem small. Yeah, Forge Master, that's true. The world did seem a little bit smaller. That is true. That's another point. Let's see. That was his problem. It's the throne of liberty. He said everything. The combat is just bad. Yeah, the combat is just bad. Yeah. Yeah, I know, I get that. I definitely get that. I just... So the thing about it is, I didn't really play WoW, and I didn't play it not because I just genuinely didn't like it. I felt like it was... It felt like it was just like too static for me. The game he wants exists.
Your skill has increased.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say there's a game. Let's see. I got Are you talking about for Throne and Liberty?
Your skill has increased.
Because Throne and Liberty, yeah, the graphics look perfectly fine. I don't have any issues. I don't think, but see, the thing is I think a lot of times game devs have overly hyped, or some people have overly hyped graphics. Like, take Final Fantasy XI, for example. Graphically, this game has been the way it's been since 2002. Has not changed its graphics. Still being played. The you could say, well, that's the nostalgic issue.
Your skill has increased.
But in generally speaking, that the graphics aren't a factor. If the game Minecraft's been around, the graphics brought blocks. So graphics I don't think makes a great game, and I think people put a little bit too much resources into graphics. That's why I said before, the earlier comment was about Final Fantasy 14 being too overstimulating. Oh, appreciate it. Afia, I thank you for the heal. Appreciate that. Hit you with a little courtesy bow there. Let me hit you with a courtesy bow. You just don't want to pay a sub. And again, that's the other thing I was going to bring up as well. So with WoW, the reason I didn't get into it is because I just didn't want to spend $15 a month. I mean, I know that, not that I couldn't, I felt obligated at that point. Like, if I was going to spend $15 a month, I better like the game. I better enjoy it. If I'm going to be spending $15 a month, or any price tag really, even if it was $5 a month, I better enjoy the game, or else I'm gonna be like, oh man, did I play some WoW today? Did I play some WoW last week? I spent $15 for nothing, you know?
Your skill has increased.
And you feel you backlog, you fall behind, all that stuff, and you just genuinely feel obligated to play it. That's why I think I just couldn't get into WoW, because I felt obligated to play it. If you didn't know everything about the game, if you didn't know all the ins and outs, if you weren't trying to be a pro WoW player, I mean, if you got to parties, I think, what was it? There was that Leroy Jenkins meme, right? That Leroy Jenkins meme, that's showing my age. The Leroy Jenkins meme is a prime example. It feels like I could really... Well, it's not. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. Forge. What I was saying is that it's not that I didn't mind paying the 15. I felt obligated to to play it. Right? Like, yes, you spend hours and hours, but there were days that you just didn't want to play it. Right? And if you didn't, you fell behind, and the game made you feel like you were falling behind. Players that were in the game, from when I watched other people play it and played it, they made you feel like you were falling behind, right? You just couldn't be, you had to be invested, not just financially, but physically invested into the game. Let's see. That's fine, and like I said, that's perfectly fine. I have no qualms about people that enjoyed it in any which way, or I'm just saying for me personally, I just didn't enjoy it because I felt obligated to play it, or I was just taking 15 and just kind of throwing it out there. You know what I mean? That's why I played, 11, because one, I was lucky enough to have it on console, and two, I actually had people that I played with playing it. So I felt more inclined to play it and play with other people. Wow, I felt like I had to do something. I had to be a part of it. I had to get into guilds. I had to do XYZ content, or else I was just, you know, it wasn't working. It wasn't gonna work out. You say land orb. Is there PvP? Are you saying is there PvP in 11? See Leo. Well, okay. So the dev team at Horizon XI. Yes, I am playing Monk. That's right. So the dev team at Horizon XI is actually looking into PvP. Now, again, there's not PvP currently, but they are planning on adding it to the game. Like I said, that's kind of one of the things I do like about this private server, is that they're not just copy pasting the Final Fantasy kind of game and just putting their own little sprinkles into it. I mean, they kind of are, but they're actually taking the time to take player feedback. Some of the things they even have, like I mentioned before, their Discord. There's an active chat for game suggestions. There's an active chat for people willing to, add certain things to the game. So they are eventually going to add PvP. Is there an offline server mods? For this game, there is no offline server mods. I appreciate the follow, Forge. Really do appreciate that, man. Thank you. There are no mods that are offline. However, Horizon does work with some moderators to add certain elements to the game. So, for example, that little red arch that you see, that is a mod that the Horizon XI team has worked with moderators to add to the game. So there are certain nuances that are added that make the game quality of life features. Essentially, there are some quality of life features that are put into this game, but now there are no offline mods. I would not recommend you doing that because
your skill has increased.
They pay attention to their game. I'm just gonna be honest. They pay attention to their game, so I wouldn't recommend any kind of offline mods or anything like that. Yep, classic. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very much. So, like I said, yeah. But there are some mods that they do have implemented to the game. Configurations.
Your skill has increased.
No, Darren. Okay. So this is Horizon XI, and Horizon XI is obviously based upon the Final Fantasy 11. This game is completely free. You can go to their website at Horizon XI, download the client, and you can basically play the game. You can only have 3 characters. They also have a Discord and a wiki that you can also look up. And basically, if you've ever, is it save? Yeah, it saves everything. No, this is full-blown, like, everything Final Fantasy related. Now, I will say this is a level 75 era, so everything is level cap 75, content-wise, all that stuff, right? This is based on that era, essentially. But it saves all your progress. No, like I said, Souls, you can switch classes. They have, so right now they have just 2 expansions that they have. They're gonna release Treasure of Argon this year. Did it say no. So when you download it, you just download the client from their website. Horizon, here, I'll show it to you real quick. I'm just gonna take a little step back here. Let's see. real quick. I'm gonna do this for the chat. Do this one time for the chat. All right. All right. Can everybody see that? Hold on. Let me get my there we go. So essentially you can go to the website horizonxi.com right here, right? Horizon XI. You can easily, play, download the client. You can join their Discord, okay? And it has everything to it. You can curate up to 3 characters, like I said, and you got my 3 here. Essentially, and like I said, it saves everything. It's basically in all its glory Final Fantasy. You don't have to worry about any kind of odd third-party weirdness essentially going on. You don't have to worry about none of that. Okay. So you don't have to worry about none of that extra stuff. And like I said, on the client, they do have a tab. I might make a video on that. I'm gonna try to make a video on that, on just the download and everything like that, and adding the mods that they have to the game. Because they do have some mods. Let's see, where am I going? I need to go there. Okay. They do have some mods that are added to the game. Quality of life features. Nothing crazy. Nothing wild. Okay. When I say mods, then they don't have any of that stuff. But yes, very safe to download. Is very safe to download. Make sure I'm going the right way. Easy prey. And like I said, no, you're not stuck. Souls, back to your question. No, you are not stuck at monk. You can change to every class that they have unlocked. So, well, I can't show it now. Well, actually, I can. No, I took that back. Let me fight this. Or no, I can fight this. I can do this right here. What am I doing? What's I'm doing? Give me a second here. Status, job levels. So right now you can do warrior, monk, white mage, black mage, red mage, thief.
Your skill has increased.
You can also unlock the extra classes, which is Dark Knight, Paladin, Summoner, Ranger. You can unlock Ninja and Samurai. Okay, so they got a list of classes, right? They're also going to release another expansion this year, Treasures of Aragon, which is going to release the Puppet Master. It's going to release Blue Mage. Excuse me. Oh man. Let me give it a little water. Ninja is broken. You absolutely right. Ninja is broken. Let me give it a little water. Oh man, I don't know what that was. Hold on, let me double check something. I want to see if they actually put the release date out for that. Now that we're talking about it, I want to see. Let's see. Sam 2. Hang on, doesn't work. Ninja's broken. Ninja's broken. Yeah. Let me double check. Let me double check here. I don't think they made a release date yet. I know they're going to make a release date, but I don't know if they've done a release date yet. Now, let me double check here. Because I know they just had a devlog not too long ago. So you can, so this, let me, okay, no, they haven't yet. So essentially, what classes are unlocked, right? So you have the warrior, monk, thief, white mage, black mage. You have the paladin, dark knight. You have the beastmaster, bard, ranger, summoner, dragoon, ninja, and the summoner. They haven't really, they have the 2 expansions, the Chains of Promethea and the Rise of the Zillart. Okay. You don't have to pay for any of these other expansions. They drop them when they release them after they've kind of implemented their own little 75 level cap content, right? But they're also going to release Treasure of Aragon. Now, I don't know when. They haven't really specified on that. Shadows for them. When you say there's a server better than Horizon, now they messed up the shadows for Sam. The shadows? Hold on. Hey Frosty, which mean shadows? Oh, I got it. Oh, that reminds me of another one. Well, I'm gonna wait for Frosty to let me know what's going on. But essentially, this map here, this mini map, puts an enemy. Oh, yeah. Hey, hey, Frosty, man. Listen, their decisions. I'm not going to debate their decisions because there's nothing I can do about it. I will say they did. Yeah, they extended the recast time. Why? Personally, I think that they were just getting tired of ninjas being overly used. I'm just gonna be honest. They're kind of giving Ninja a little bit of pain, a little nerf here and there, just try to have people kind of experiment with other classes. Because let's be honest, Ninja's overly used. Let's just be honest, man. Ninja's overly used. They want people to play other things. They want people to kind of experiment with other jobs, right? So I think that they're doing a little nerfing here and there, just like Beastmaster. Same thing. Beastmaster basically plays the game itself. So they want people to kind of experiment with other things, right? That would be my take on it. Let's see, that was balanced and reach. When you say
your skill has increased.
When you say control the economy, are you talking about the game economy in terms of the what you mean by economy? We can kind of let's try to break
your
this down
has
here.
Increased.
11 economy.
Your skill has increased.
Like you talking about the player base? Is that what you're talking about? I'm just trying to follow. I'm just trying to follow what you put down. Go through. Or Frosty and go through. What we kind of getting into right now. Hey, Davan. Hey, man. Appreciate it. You right. Preach it. Appreciate that.
Your skill has increased.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. Yes, this is a private server, Blast. This is the Horizon XI private server. Obviously based on Final Fantasy XI. It is free to play. If you wish to play and enjoy all that nostalgia, you can definitely go to the website at horizonxi.com and you can download their client. It's all safe. There's no third-party nonsense, and you can play the game. That's kind of what I was explaining a little earlier in the live to everybody about it. But like I said, it's free. It don't cost you nothing other than your time. That's that's one thing that does cost you. But yeah, like I said, they're basically balancing the game to where they don't make each job like. Think about it this way, right? Everybody plays Beastmaster. Why? Because the pets are super strong, right? Yeah. Yeah. So if everyone played the same job, craft economy would be one-sided. Smithing was nerfed as well. Yes, because they want people to branch out. So here's the thing, Go True. If everybody played Beastmaster, right? And just think objectively. Yes, it worked as intended. They want to control. So if everybody played Beastmaster, right? Beastmaster is a solo job, right? What benefits does Beastmaster have in a party? What would Beastmaster bring to the party other than just straight damage and the abilities? Honestly, Souls, I don't know. But I'm just trying to get it, because basically what he's saying is that they're trying to control the economy. And when you say they're trying to control the economy, I'm trying to understand that, because why is diversity wrong in a game? Yeah, Beastmaster isn't used in game because it brings nothing other than just damage and just the abilities, right? Now, does that mean that Beastmaster shouldn't be tweaked to be added to in-game? No. That should always be adjusted. It should always be changed.
Has increased.
But the problem is you don't want basically a party full of Beastmasters and basically play the game on autopilot, right? Then, you know, what would be the point of White Mage? What would be the point of a Samurai? Because Beastmaster would just outperform it in every way. So the nerfs are there for a reason. Of course. Go through, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, that's perfectly fine.
Your skill has increased.
I understand when you say diverse, but what I'm saying is that you said earlier that they're trying. No, I understand that. You're right. No one's doing that with 18 Beastmasters. What I'm saying, though, is that you were talking before about them nerfing Utsunemi and making the recast timers longer. I brought up the Beastmaster point because those are the type of nerfs that they're working on. They want to make the game balanced for other players.
Your skill has increased.
I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna kill this man. Just be as strong. Just be as strong. Whoops. Be as strong. Let's see how I'm playing years. How is Dark Knight? So. Well, hold on, Gibby. Let me get with Gotaru real quick. Gotaru. They have to balance the game. Gotaru. When you say nerfed, what can you give me? Okay, give me a specific nerf. Because they also, guess what? You can stance dance with Samurai now. So those Haseo and Sangen, they don't share the same cooldowns. So they balanced it to where now you can stance dance between the two. I might be getting two abilities wrong. I gotta refresh my memory on that. But they changed it to where you can stance dance with Samurai now. Right. But before it wasn't. Right, but before it was not a thing. So what I'm saying is they're always changing based upon the content and how the job feels. What I'm saying is that eventually you have to do those checks and balances. So let's take a minute to go all the way back to when you were saying that they're basically nerfing Ninja because of Utsunemi, right? Being a longer recast time. They're doing that because ninjas would basically recast their shadows basically off of cooldown to where you would never run out of shadow. If you timed it properly, you would never run out of shadows. So they're making it to where the job is more challenging. If they don't make the jobs that you're playing challenging, you're basically playing the game on autopilot, and there's no risk involved in playing the job. Beastmaster, when I brought up Beastmaster, is because Beastmaster is very easy to play solo. It's an MMO. You're not meant to play an MMO solo. So the reason that they nerf Beastmaster, or are nerfing Beastmaster, is because they don't want people to play one job for just all the content and play with no one else. And again, I'm not, like I said, Frosty, all I'm saying is that there has to be a check and balance with things. I understand where you're coming from, and I'm not a part of the dev team. All I'm doing is going based upon what they've shown and what they're saying they're doing. Now, do I agree with everything they're doing? No, I don't agree with everything they're doing, but I see what they're trying to do. I will leave it at that. I will leave it at that. All right. Hey, Frosty, go Taru. Hey, I'll let you both have it. They're always going to be updating. They're going to be changing jobs because certain things outperform other jobs. That's why we have a meta right now. Like, let's be honest. In the in-game portion of all of the game, there are certain jobs. Like the prime example, most of every sub job is what? Ninja, because of the shadows, right? Every job basically, if you're playing let's say a thief, or you're playing, any other melee job, everybody usually tells you to go ninja because of the shadows, right? There's no diversity because of just how strong shadows are. Well, they extended the recast time because everybody was basically on autopilot with shadows, and that's all they're doing. Now, the choices they made, there can be nuance between them, but like I said, all of those things are subject to change. Debating whether or not you agree with them or not, hey, debating it with me, I'm just letting you know what it is they're doing. I understand that. Go Taru. Your healer didn't get an aneurysm. Hey, but I understand that. Here's the thing, though. Most moves are AoE. Okay, that's fine. We're not. So, first of all, Frosty, I understand. Yes, you're having most people go sub ninja so they can give the healer a break. Here's the thing. That's based upon who's playing what and how all that breaks down. Most of the time, if you have a good structured team, your healer shouldn't be slamming on the keyboard trying to make sure everybody is alive if everybody's doing what they're supposed to and they're structured properly. So that's one. And two, people are using shadows, yes, as a way to give the white mage a break, but they're also using shadows because not being hit makes it a lot easier, especially when you can keep up not being hit through the duration of a fight. So you're kind of adding two things together: not being hit based upon an ability, and your white mage being able to heal properly, and your team being structured properly. Thank you. Yeah, so exactly. AoEs and double and triple attacks. You're like most mob. You're talking about just the finite end game. I'm talking about just generally overall. They may have to have spam healing. I understand, Go True, but all I'm saying is that you're you're adding a whole bunch of things together and not just breaking each individual thing down, because it's a sum of its parts. When it comes to playing the game, there is a lot of things that meshes together with one another. But I digress. I'm gonna move on from that. I understand, and I appreciate all the passion, all of it, about the balancing and the nerfs and the buffs of the jobs. I appreciate all the passion. But like I said, I personally, hey. But somebody asked me a question here. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Gibby, are you still in here, man? So I know I was going on a thing. Gibby, let's see. How is Dark Knight nowadays? So Gibby, if you are still in here, what do you mean by how is Dark Knight? Is it playable, or which mean? Well, I'll just leave that out in the air if Gibby is still in here. I would try to ignore you, Gibby. It got hot and heavy at debating here. Like it was getting rough. Getting rough for me. But no, I appreciate like I said, I appreciate the insight, and like I said, the back and forth is fine, and I get it. Trust me, I really do get it. This is let's see. Yep. Good old classic Final Fantasy music, exactly. It's level 3. Take these out. Hey. I know, I hear you. Hey, I appreciate all the likes, man. I really do appreciate everybody for stopping by, hitting the likes, sharing the live, giving me some good talking points. I do appreciate, like I said, I don't mind discussing anything about Final Fantasy. If you, let's see, what's that? I mean, hey, what's going on, Raw Dog?
Your skill has increased.
Hey, no, go through. I ain't no heart, man. Listen, hey, I don't know how old you are. I got taxes, man. A discussion about games is never gonna get me hot. Trust me. They did no banter about it or anything. I got bigger issues than that. I got bigger issues than worry about somebody telling me anything about a game. Hey, like I said, it's just differing opinions. I appreciate them. It gives insight. Like I said, hey, you play the game. You play games just as much as I do. You got a different perspective on it, and I respect it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Trust me. Oh, so you are OG. Oh man, an OG. All right. Hey, I appreciate the follow, Wolf Pack, man. Appreciate it, man. Hey, if you guys like the live, definitely go ahead and give a shout out to Wolf Pack for the follow, man. If anybody else enjoyed the live, go ahead and hit that follow button, man. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all coming through. Making sure you catch the live next time. Thank you, Fluff. Thank you. Hey, Frost, I get it. You played on retail and Cat's Eye. I got you. Okay. So you diversify, Frost. I get you. You diversify. Oh wow. I start on console release. Go through more in OG. Okay, go through more in OG. I got that. And listen. I got what you were saying about Ninja. There's one thing I will say that I think personally. Let's see, on console release, go through more. Personally, that I think that I would like to see Horizon drop. Okay. What do you all consider? Where do you think Summoner sits in this game right now? Like, I know if you've seen the dev logs, if you've watched some of the patch notes, what do you think of Summoner? Like your thoughts on Summoner in terms of how they fare in game after they just recently updated, Summoner.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
Okay, so I'm glad you bring that up because I was about to say Summoner's like, man, Summoner's busted, right, on this server. All right.
Your skill has increased.
Do you think Summoners and the investment that people put into Summoner before the patch, before they added these updates with everything, right? Is it safe to assume that the time invested into Summoner for it to be as strong as it is justified? Let me ask you that question. Because I want to see something here. I want to see if we kind of have a little bit of the same wavelength when it comes to thought process on certain jobs. Yes, Skip. This is a private server. This is Horizon XI. Okay. All right. So, being that Summoner has, like, it makes sense, right? The investment that you put into Summoner to make it so absolutely busted in game, right? Makes sense. Why is it that the ceiling for Summoner is so high, right? And when I say skill ceiling, I don't mean like knowing the abilities, right? I mean the diversity of the abilities, right? Summoner is probably one of the only jobs that has the most diverse ability combos in the game. But yet, for some reason, people don't like Summoner. Is that the job, or is that just people just don't like they don't like to be versatile with the jobs they pick? Because I feel like a lot of the jobs that people play, there's a little bit of like a little bit of a bias when it comes to certain jobs because it's not aesthetically pleasing, I think. Oh shoot, I gotta zoom in. I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Because I feel like people don't like, let's see, I know. Yeah, because the skill, like you had with summoner, you had to know what you're doing. You couldn't just whip out an ability and then just or send out the avatar and just go do something. You had to know what you was. Yes, you had to know what you were doing. So, real quick, the skill ceiling and gear requirements for summoner are up here, right? Would you say that because it's up here, it's a worthwhile job to invest in? So it being overly powerful makes sense versus, let's say, just real quick, let's say Beastmaster, right? Beastmaster, you only need charisma, right? You only need charisma for your pets to really be effective and all that other jazz. And I mean, you can do damage too, but mostly it's your pet, right? Let's just be honest. It's your pet that's stealing the show for Beastmaster. So the investment in what it takes to play an effective Beastmaster versus a summoner, obviously a summoner sitting up here. So the fact that you can do that, or why is it that Beastmaster is more popular than summoner? That's my question. Why is Beastmaster more popular than summoner? Yes, and that's my thing. So that's where my gripe with Horizon is I think that it's my one little gripe. When they talk about yeah, MP reliant, right? But my one gripe is that some jobs are, you take more investment into them. And so what's, I think, a difficult part for them, and some things that when I see them making certain choices and decisions, exactly. But why that's my thing. I think that objectively, sometimes when they make decisions about certain jobs and when they tweak them, I don't think they keep that in mind, that the investment that needs to go into Beastmaster is way different than it is for Summoner. So it's just kind of odd when they look at the player numbers and they see player numbers. They talked about how Summoner's not getting a lot of love and attention, even though even though the job is phenomenal. Because people just like to just plug and play. So it was kind of, because back to when you were talking about Beastmaster and all the other stuff we were talking about before, it just strikes me as odd is that I don't know if they're catering to the job itself and how it functions, or they're catering to the people that play the job. Oh. It just, like I said, to me, it just strikes me as odd. Carlo, what's going on? Yes, this is Final Fantasy XI. You are absolutely right. So so back to you, Frosty. Probably voice is playing. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like, generally speaking, I appreciate the roses, man. Carlo, appreciate that, man, very much. Thank you, appreciate it. Hold on, Carlo, you appreciate you. Let's see. Hey, Carlo, man, if you ever would be interested in playing the game again, you can go to Horizon XI, and it is a free private server. Don't cost nothing. You can play it to your heart's content and all that good stuff. But yeah, Frosty, the loud voices usually, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, essentially, yes. That's what my one gripe with the team at Horizon, and it's just a little thing. I don't know if they're looking at the changes they do is objective changes or just because based on player numbers, right? Because when you say you're trying to take that hardcore 75 era feel, but then you start making certain decisions based upon who plays what, that's where I'm looking at you like, hold on now. hold on now. Wait a minute. What are you doing here? Because that's where one of the things I always look at when they do talk about these dev logs and when they do these changes. You see, what is it? Speed the loudest. Let's see. Summer never got the love, and Final Fantasy 11 reached 75 was a cat. It was used as a barred white mage. Yep, Sid, that's right. It was used as a barred white mage. A barred white mage, yes. And that was the thing. That's why when they did the changes, they made, you know, they're trying to make Summoner more of a damaged focus job, or they're trying to lead it more to the versatility of doing damage as well as doing the healing and the refresh from Leviathan and all that stuff. That's where, that's right. That's where it was, where I hope they go towards, right? They don't just listen to the squeaky wheels of, oh, Summoner this, and oh, and Beastmaster that, and oh, you know, that's my concern. I hope that they have a vision and they stick to it rather than listening to non-constructive criticism, essentially. And you're right. Yeah, you know, Summoner was MP and time dependent, while yes, Beastmaster was guild, because not everybody made Beastmaster pots, right? Summoner gave some buffs, and we're all Beast Summoner does give some kind of buffs, but again, that's why they're tweaking it. They're trying to diversify the job, but they don't want to overtune it to the point to where they make it busted, right? Let's see. Yeah, and back to Carlo. Yes, you can play this for free, Carlo. HorizonXI.com. It's a website you go to. You download the client. It's not no third-party nonsense. It's all legit. You can play it for free. You can, you know, go. They have a wiki as well as a Discord. So I know if you remember Final Fantasy 11, the game did not hold your hand. So if you ever need to go back and refresh on certain quests, mobs, stats, all that good stuff, you definitely want to go ahead and you go to Horizon XI wiki. It's also available, so you can kind of brush up on all that lore, all that nostalgia stuff. You can definitely do that. Are we talking about nerfs? No, we're not talking about nerfs. We're talking about evil. We're talking about the thought process behind the team and the decisions they make for the content. That's basically what we were talking about, me and Frosty. Yeah, I got you, Evil. Oh, you're talking about Corsair and Bard. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, Frosty, like I said, they're going to be dropping the Treasure of Argon this year, so hopefully sooner than later, and then you can get your Corsair. So, I mean, and then also too, if you did look at the devlog, they're talking about doing some other things that retail has done. What was it? Phantom rolls, I believe, for Corsair. They're implementing that. So again, as long as they're balancing it right, and they're like, I mean, they're trying. I see the attempt. I'm just, like I said, making sure that they don't overly do it. That's my concern, right? But they don't, you know, go too far with it. Sid, when you say you don't have the time and no easy money making, what do you mean? Guys, 30s and 40s. Oop. Let's see, I don't have the time to go back to old times. I really can't solo. So, Sid, when you say you can't solo, you mean like play the game? Because I mean, you can do quite a bit solo. Now, there's some things you're going to need to do with party, sure. Those things do take time. And like I said before, they are implementing, not trusts. They're not implementing trusts. They're talking about adding adventuring fellows. So you will have a adventuring companion if you can't find a party or a link shell. So they are adding that. And in terms of guild, you can make pretty good money actually. Now it does take some time to make good money, but you can make some good money in this game or in this server.
Your skill has increased.
Let's see, it's not before the course. Snake Eyes somewhere in the 30s and 40s. And again, Evil, they may do that. But again, they haven't fully released everything that they're doing with the Corsair, so who knows? You know, who knows? But I will say, if they're going to add the Phantom rolls, right? That's in retail. Right, because it took a while for them to add Phantom rolls in the retail version of Final Fantasy XI. So, who's to say they may change it, because they do make those changes, because what was it? For Monk, you used to get kick attack, I think at 50, and they dropped that down to like 30 now, I think it was. So I mean, they do change a little bit here and there. Let's see how they balance guns. Okay, yeah, how they balance gun. Again, like I said, we'll see. Let's see, they've been promising targeted, but so. Well, I mean, okay, you're right about that, Frosty. You're absolutely right. They have been saying that. They never gave a year they were dropping it. They said it was dropping this year. Now, if it drops at the end of the year, I mean, shame on them for it. Because why would you even say that? It's dropping in 2026 of December. You know, no. So hopefully not. Hopefully they will drop it closer to the mid of the year, something like that. But they said that now that they don't have to worry about the patch and everything has come out and they've done all that, they can focus fully on Tau. Hopefully they will drop her sooner than later. You see, last time I played on the server, I was dying to decent challenge mobs. Okay. So Sid, I'm just gonna let you know this here. So this game, oh, somebody's hunting thugs. Ugh. I need thugs, man. I need thugs. So decent challenge. How do I say this? You will have a bad time with decent challenge. And the reason you have probably a bad time, or you had a bad time, is because it's not easy. Like, decent challenges, it means that decent challenge. It's not no push up. Like when they say stick with like easy prey, stick with easy prey. Stick with easy prey. Because a decent challenge would mean that you got all your skills and you might have had some stored TP and you kind of jump in there, start swinging, right? You don't just start off fresh, especially what job you are. If you do decent challenge with a white mage is a way bigger difference than if you do decent challenge with like a ninja or a samurai or hell, even a ranger at that point, all right? That's a big difference. That's a big difference. So when you say decent challenge, it depends on what job you play. Because I can tell you right now, it varies. It does vary. Because right now, what am I fighting? Easy prey. Still fighting easy prey. There we go. Now I gotta heal up because. Let's see. Actually, what level is this? Yo, this is easy prey thug. Thought he'd be at least level 4 or 5. Come here. Don't run that way. God dang it. Alright, well, hold on. What's this Weaver here? This Weaver is a 5. I might have to take the Weaver out first. Hello? You were a white mage trying to get to do. Well, Sid, like I said, it really depends. Like if you were playing white mage and you were trying to level, decent challenge is going to whoop you, man. You can't you can't be fighting mobs decent challenge by yourself at white mage, unless you had all your spells and you were a battle mage, which they were talking about probably doing as well. They're talking about trying to like implement, you know, white mage being a battle mage in certain areas. Let me see. Horizon. Hello, hello, fellow Horizonite. Yes, yes, hello. Horizonidian. All right. What are we? We are a monk. I'd be a, let me be a Horizon Dian? Is that, am I saying that right? Hold on. Yeah, I'm a Horizon Dian. That's what I am, a Horizon Dian. Use us tell. What? No trust on Horizon? No, sir. No, sir. There are no trusts on Horizon. However, they are talking about implementing adventuring fellows in Horizon. They are talking about doing that. So what happened? So real quick, Harami, why are you not allowed on the server, sir? What happened there? I'm sure if you're willing to pour some of the tea out for the rest of us, sure, absolutely. No, I have not heard of that. What are the clandestine files? What is that? The clandestine files. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Yeah, you was a part of those files, huh? Damn. I had some stories about that. Yep. It wasn't on it wasn't on purpose. Now, hold on now. Hold on now. You say it wasn't on purpose. Let's see. So there was basically a claiming glitch and the rebase came out right, and a few of us claiming that. No, Harami, no, man. You know, come on. Even if it wasn't on purpose, Harami, why you ain't report that kind of money? Come on. You know they looking at their server. They be like, hold up. That kind of, I don't even think any players have almost 500 million. Come on now. Even if they play from the very beginning. There ain't no way. Close to 500 million, they be like, oh. Nah, man. Hey, yeah, Harami, come on now. Hey, let me ask you this: when you fifth largest on server, really? Wow. Well, the whole state. What? Dang, they took out the link shell too. Well, let me ask you this: when they did you ever try to like talk to them? You ever try to like say, hey man, listen, I know I messed up. It wasn't on purpose. I want to repent. Can I try again? What? Whoa. That's some tea right there. Dang, that's a little. All right, Harami. Exactly. That was what I was. That was going to be my next question. Next question. So you had screenshots. And did you have a recording? Because see, if you had screenshots or a recording of some kind showing that, hey, this wasn't like an ongoing thing, like you weren't stacking up your gil here to make that kind of money. It was like a one time, like, whoa, I just glitched, this kind of money into my pocket. Then I don't see why that would warrant them not. Yeah. Oh, hold on, there's a lot of goblins here. Hold on. What level is this? 4? All right, hold on. We got. Oh, we good. We Gucci. Man, this gets worse and worse, Harami. Harami, this gets worse and worse. So wait. You had the money glitched into your pocket. You knew it was a glitch. You recorded it. You had screenshots, and then you spent it. Come on. I was waiting for some form of angle you could be using, private server or otherwise. I would have said, "Hey, listen, you saw that this glitched into my pocket." No, listen, man, you can't get that kind of money and then think that they just gon'. Nah, man, that's rough. That is rough. I'm not gonna lie. That's all around bad, but that is rough though. Oh, really? Boots so expensive. Are you talking about the leaping boots? Talking about the leaping boots are so expensive? Because if you talk about the leaping boots, then yeah, I'm pretty sure some tomfoolery went around, and that's why those boots are super expensive. What's the other thing that's super expensive? I'm not gonna get into that, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, of course. Now, let me, Harami, let me, if I'm saying that right, I think I'm saying that right. I said it a couple times. Let me ask you that. Are your LS mates still in the server? Or still playing the server? Oh, enjoying his guest. Oh, it went away. Hold on. Oh, the wing boots? The signed wing boots? No, I get that. Harami, hold on, your thing went away. I appreciate the follow, man. I appreciate that. Really do. I was clicking stuff and your little icon went away. Yeah, go ahead. Hop in there. Go ahead. Because I mean, I feel like this is one of those situations where you kind of. All right, hold on. Did it go through? I'm trying to find it. Oh, here we go.
Oh, hello, everybody. If you're watching the live, before I give the tea, I want you to tap that screen, and I want you to follow Chicago up. Okay,
hey,
so.
All right.
Yes. So, basically, what had happened was a few members of my Link show were clamming. Okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wasn't actually even clamming at this time, but members of the were clamming. And they come to Juno, and one of my buddies trades me 400 million. And I go,
How does
where
that
did this come from? And he's like, clamming. And then I spent a bunch of it, and so like, I don't think I was morally wrong, but I understand completely why they banned me.
brother?
But it was, well, see, thanks. So I submitted a ticket, right? And I'm like, hey, what happened? Let's talk about this. Like, I was hoping I could repent and give all the gil and items back. My first response to my first ticket was a laughing emoji. They just responded to my ticket with a laughing emoji, which in hindsight, fucking hilarious, but at the time I was crazy mad.
Yeah.
And I banning them for 3 days, and finally Eric said, you basically told me I was a bad person, and
Your skill has increased.
Wow.
So, like, I understand them being upset. I think they were a little bit unprofessional with their response to me, but I did cause them a big headache. But they should
Your
have
skill has increased.
But you know.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, the Harami. Let me ask you something. When you got the money, why was your first response thinking of any kind of spending it, though?
No, I'll tell you why. I was blind.
Okay.
It's a 23 event of Final Fantasy 11. Completely.
Your skill has increased.
I did not use my brain, and I guess I never had that much, and I thought it would be fine. And I was like, I deserve this. Like, I made every excuse in the book in my head. I was blinded with greed.
I can see that. I can see that.
So it was pretty disappointing because I was the head of. Some of them were really cool about it. They're like, hey, get it. Like,
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing. Like,
Right.
was like, you know, like, good luck out there, you know? Some of them were like,
Pat
how
you on
could
the back
do that?
and you walk out the door.
Yep. And some of them were like, how could you do that? That's so unethical. And then I was like, well, it is a pirated version of the game we're playing, so I don't think it's unethical.
Well,
But
okay. I mean, I'm listening to you, and I think so.
I'm at fault, though. I take responsibility. Yeah, I was stupid, and I deserved to be.
I wouldn't
I
have-
think I deserve punishment. You know, obviously,
Yeah.
I
wouldn't have given, I wouldn't have given the perma ban. What I would have done is I would have said, listen, until we get this resolved, you're banned. Once we get this unresolved, or once we get this resolved, we're gonna put a camera literally on your if we see it the moment.
Well, I even offered. I have two characters, right? And it was all isolated to one character. I even offered, I said, delete that character, everything's on there. I didn't touch it on my other characters. Like, I'll take the loss. Nah, they just...
Your skill has increased.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have done that. I mean, but you did flood the economy with 426 million gil.
Oh no, that's just per person.
Oh,
There was only 3 people in my link shell, but when I was jailed, there was probably about 20 to 25 people in jail, and the glitch had been active for about 2 hours.
so it wasn't like a long. So this wasn't a okay. So this wasn't like a. You were doing this for like a week.
No, it was pretty quick, but that doesn't mean money didn't get out there. I'm sure there's still people sitting on it.
Yeah, but
So, you know,
that's
everybody's
crazy.
like, well, you can just make a new account. You can make a new account. And I'm like, no, I'm IP man. So, you know.
Well, I will say, Harami. Personally, I think that I wouldn't have said a permaban. Like I would have said, listen, man, you gave us a lot of headache. There's, you know, we getting set back. We got stuff to do. I could, you know, they could. I would have said at this point in time, I think there could have been a cool off period to where they say, hey, listen, if you send us a ticket in like a couple months, we'll look at it and we'll reconsider.
I did it recently, and they told me that to leave them alone.
Oh wow!
They do not like me. They do not like me.
What? What? Why?
I have a theory, but I don't want to say it because I think it might not be true, and I don't want to give them bad press if it's not true. But I think it may have due to.
Oh no!
Anytime you're a part of a marginalized community, it's the first thing that goes through your head, you know. So,
damn.
But I could, you know, be playing again, but I couldn't tell you because then people would find that in there. But I might be back out there. Who knows?
Well, I mean, I'm not suggesting anything, but if you ever do have the itch and you don't want to go to a different private server, because are you some of your LS mates still on this server?
Yes, but they won't talk to me. They so the ones that will talk to, actually no, that's not true. A few of them still talk to me. They're really cool. All right. But the majority of them reformed the Link Show, which I expected them to do. You know, I gave this to Discord and everything.
Yeah.
But they're acting kind of like little bitches, and they're so afraid of getting banned that they won't even associate with me on Discord.
What? Wow.
Yes. I thought it was kind of experience.
So they're worried that you associating you'll get them, you know, caught or something.
Yeah, they're worried I'm gonna get another character and a band, association.
Nah.
I known to kind of ban new bands because they have 3,000 people. So for them, I understand it's easier to just ban, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it depends on how close knit you all are. I can understand that.
But I am gonna go to FanFest this year, and I'm gonna bake a cake that says "I'm sorry," and I'm gonna bring it to the table and see if that'll do any good.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm gonna make it like a cake in the shape of a clam. So, you know. I did get a nickname. Me and my 3 Link Show mates have nicknames that are all over the forums now. They like to call me Jeffrey Clamstein because I was on the island, and then my cohorts are Reba McClamentire and Jelaine Clamstein.
I mean, you know what? I appreciate you sharing the tea. This has been very enlightening. It has.
Yeah, so my next move now, guys, if anybody's curious, I'm waiting for a Zenith server, which is going to start with a level 50 cap. So I'm excited to see where that server goes.
I got you.
I'm working a little bit behind the scenes with them, and I'm going to be playing a little bit on that server. So, like, anybody that's watching, like, Horizon is still a fantastic server. Yes, they have their issues like any other game. And yes, I fucked up. So I take responsibility for that.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was interesting. I do have to say, if you do ever get a glitch in Horizon, you report that shit right away. You report that shit right away.
Turn it off. Turn the game off. Don't even just call him.
I felt like a girlfriend broke up with me. Like, I cried, bro. Like, it was... yeah, bro, it was like, I had like 9 months of development. I had just got leaping boots and hairpin and my first million.
Okay, yeah, you hadn't invested time and stuff. And that's why I was saying before about, like, after they got everything calmed down and a cool down period, I would have said, listen, don't do that again. You know, but if they got a permaban and to keep you off, I mean that's just a little excessive, just a tiny. Because I mean,
so.
if you would have done something to where if you'd have took all that money and did something nefarious with it, then I'd have been like, no, man, you can't come back. But the fact that you reported it yourself, the fact that you didn't spend all the money, the fact that it only happened in one day. Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, That's what I'm saying. Like you
I didn't go looking for the glitch, so I wasn't like I was.
Yeah, it was like it was certain things where you had the screenshots, you provided your own evidence, so it's not like you didn't say anything and then they found out. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like you brought it to light that day and said, "Hey, this happened. I screwed up," and then went from there.
It is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in Final Fantasy 11. I've been playing since launch.
Well,
and even though I got banned and it did hurt, it is an incredible story. You know what?
Most definitely.
Almost. Definitely not worth it, but almost.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that. But like I said, Harami, appreciate you coming to the live, sharing. Definitely appreciate that.
I'm going to jump off the panel. Make sure you tap that screen, guys. Like and
Your
follow.
skill has increased.
See you later.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Take care, man. All right, that was a little tea time with Harami. Sharing some Final Fantasy tea. Hey, honestly, but that's some crazy story, man. That's what's even crazier is that you said you reported that would have at least softened a little bit of the blow, because at least you took it upon yourself to rat yourself out. That would have, like I said, if you didn't do anything crazy nefarious with it, then I would give a little grace. If you would have took that million, oh, you didn't report it. Oh, I misheard. I thought you said you did report it. Oh, no. Because when you said you had the screenshots and everything, I thought you were talking about you did report it. Oh, okay. Yeah. That is, you didn't report. Oh man, because when you said you had the screenshots, I thought you reported everything, and then they still kind of kicked you to the curb. I was like, wow. But no. I get you, Harami, though. But hey, man, like I said, I think you live and learn. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You live and learn, man. Just like he said, testimony from Harami. Hey, if you find a glitch and a glitch happens, report it. Just don't even think about it. Just report it. Just, hey man, this happened. Always report it. Absolutely. Report those glitches, man. Absolutely. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Josh, you were saying people are still playing Final Fantasy 11? Absolutely, Josh. People are still playing Final Fantasy 11, man. They're playing the retail, they're playing private servers, they're playing everything. Playing everything Final Fantasy 11 because it's a classic. It ain't just like WoW. It's a classic, man. It's crazy. I've been listening to Harami, and I've been farming this wild onion that I can't find. It's crazy. I've been searching high and low. Let me see here. Let me check something here. Am I in the right area? That's why we have the wiki, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you can't remember exactly from your own brain meets where certain things were, that's where the wiki come in. That is where the wiki comes in. Let's see. Oh, give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Hey, Carlio, man, appreciate those gifts, man. I really do, man. I really do. Just want to give another shout out to you. But let me check what's going on here. Because I thought, like I said, playing this back then, I kind of thought I remembered. Like I was riding a bicycle, but maybe not. Let me see. See, it's okay. Yeah. See, okay, so real quickly now. Let's see. I'm trying to get these wild onions, and I'm also, oh, hold on. Yep. Hey, man, I get you, Carlo. It was a game for a lot, man. And late nights trying to farm NMs, man. Trying to figure out Japanese server times and resets and all that stuff. I get it.
Your skill has increased.
Ooh, John, I would agree. I would agree. Especially early game, or no, not even that. All around, because I remember there's some mid game areas that you would get knocked around if you didn't remember what you were doing. No, I definitely agree. Oh, there's a weaver. There's a weaver. Yep, there he is.
Your skill has increased.
Come here. Got him.
Your skill has increased.
Come on now. Oh, hit me with the poison. Yeah, alright. No! Not time to be misaccurate.
Your skill has increased.
There we go. Oh, this weaver's... Yeah, this weaver got me. Dang. If he don't give me the poison wheel. Damn. That's alright.
Your skill has increased.
That's alright. That's fine. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I'm supposed to be going. Let me see. So enter. The mission I'm on is, I believe it's 1-2. Hold on, let me do this here real quick. Let me do this real quick. So I'm trying to keep. Oh, okay, I see. So go chamber. Oh, okay. I was running around in circles, I was farming the damn wild onion for another mission, but I was also trying to go to the ancient gizmo. Okay. Yeah, the orbs one where you gotta touch the orbs and whatnot. You're right. You're right, Jay. John, what's going on, man? Let's see here. Joe, welcome. All right, so I'm gonna go back. Well, let me get my signet refreshed. I'm gonna go back. Let me see if I can get a warp scroll, so I don't have to run all the way back. Because fire up beside the entrance. All right. There we go. Got enough to get a warp scroll. Love it. Enter the tower. Go to the far opposite side. Enter the crack wall. Oh, no. Hey, I appreciate that, Jay, for sharing with me. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then to Carlo, unfortunately, you cannot. You cannot transfer the retail to this private server. You're going to have to start fresh, baby boy. Fresh, baby boy. So when I played in the retail version, I believe I played... Ooh, that's a minute. That's a minute. Let me think. I think I played Shiva? I think I played the Shiva server. I'm trying to remember. I think I played Shiva. It was either between Shiva or Gilgamesh. I cannot remember. It was one of those. I played it on the retail version. You are on Phoenix. Yeah, unfortunately, between the private servers, yeah, they don't share that information. Fairy the fairy server. All right. Hey man, you are on Cerberus. Okay. All right. So I will say the only reason I played on I think one of those servers was because I had some friends that were playing. And they were already on those servers, so I was like, I had to join the same server, man. And it's kind of sucked that they didn't implement the server mergers until after the fact, because if they would have implemented, and then they only merged certain servers, they didn't merge every server, right? So that was kind of the other thing that was unfortunate. But for the most part, like I said, I was on either, like I said, I was on Shiva or I was on Gilgamesh. Cerberus, yeah. But like I said, for what it is, if any of you were tuning in when we were talking with Harami, I think that they're doing a pretty decent job with the Horizon XI server. I think they're doing a really decent job for what it is. Unfortunately, you will have some stories to tell, and those stories can... Don't let the stories deter you, like I said. Just kind of be mindful. Be mindful, right? You want to be mindful of what you're doing. Let me see. Nuki Pookie. All right, Nuki Pookie. So I was going. So I'm not really. Hold on, what's that? Goblin Weaver? Nah, I don't want to mess with that. Decent challenge. I ain't got no real gear, no punch, nothing like that. Ooh, level 8. Yikes. All right, I'll look you up, Nuki Pookie, or Jay, or how you going to even call you. But I will say, I thought about doing a hardcore character. I mean, I was a hardcore character on this guy before I died earlier at the live stream, which again, I haven't really invested in a hardcore character, mainly because, to be completely honest, I don't have a dedicated hardcore team or people to play with. And let's be honest, you're playing with fire when you're playing a new hardcore character, because you can't die, man. And I've been in some parties where some hardcore characters, man, listen, it's a different experience when you playing with a hardcore character. You can't die. People got to be on their A game, and if not, I had one hardcore character that I was partying with literally warp scroll out because the warrior I'm on version 25. Yeah. I had the warrior, the warrior wouldn't switch to sub ninja. I think the hardcore character was I think a black mage or a red mage. and he got anal about the fact that our warrior wouldn't go sub ninja, wouldn't do it. He just would. He's like, this is not how you do this. You're being careful because you're our damage dealer. I think we had a tank. I'm not too sure, but our warrior wouldn't go sub ninja, and he just wouldn't let it go. And he kept griping about it. He kept doing it, and he just wouldn't let it go until he waited until we fought a mob. And then the mob ended up linking, which again, it wasn't like we were losing the fight, but a mob ended up linking. And the dude literally warp scrolled. Like, he didn't wait till the warrior died or anything, or we were out of mana, or it was getting rough, choppy or anything. A mob linked, and I don't know if it was me, because I was playing, I think I was playing Thief or something, and I was kiting the mob, and he just warp scrolled out, and it was like, bro, what are you? Just literally just left. Didn't wait to see it. Didn't wait for anything. Just completely peaced out, and it was like, it wasn't that serious. Like, it was crazy. Black mage, white mage, black mage, red mage. Yeah, I get that. But no, it was so odd. Bearded Wonders. Hey, man, shout out to you, Bearded Wonders, man. Appreciate you. Hold on, let's give a shout out to Bearded. Whoops. Hey. Give a shout out to Bearded Wonders down here. What's up? Hold on. Yo. But no, the dude literally flipped out because the warrior wouldn't do what he was telling him to do. And it's like, I get it, you're hardcore, I think we're at like Valkyrie Dunes level, so it wasn't crazy, like we weren't like level 50, 60. We were like Valkyrie Dunes level, so I get it, it's a little rough at that level because, shit can happen, but dude just left. Just straight up peaced out.
Your skill has increased.
I'm like, dang. Dude was angry. Brian Brown, come on down. All right. Hello. Oh. Hello? If you're talking, Mr. Brown, you are muted. You play Horizon as well? All right.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, we hear you now. Oh. All right. But yeah, like I said, I get it though. I just don't want to stress. Like, Final Fantasy is not to stress about. Oh, ain't no worries, Ryan. No worries, Ryan. But no, Final Fantasy is not to stress people out. Like, I wouldn't mind investing in hardcore if I had a squad to play with. And unfortunately, I do not. So I don't want to put that kind of investment. Yeah, the music is very relaxing, absolutely. But like I was saying, I just don't want to go jumping into hardcore because I do not want to stress out. I don't want to stress out. What was this for? Oh, it's weak. These weak mobs. These buttercups, man. But yeah, the music, yeah, I definitely get you, Ryan. The music is very, very, very nostalgic. Very, very relaxing. But yeah, back to Jay, man. I thought about it a couple times. Yeah, fair. I thought about it a couple times, but it's like, I don't want that kind of stress on me. I don't want that kind of stress. I really don't want that kind of stress on me. Yeah, because to me personally, I like I said, I'm getting back into it. Dying in Final Fantasy was almost like a rite of passage. If you didn't die,
Incoming tell.
something was up. Something was up. Something gonna do that. All right, no worries, Bearded Wonder. Sure thing, sure thing. What level are these weavers? Ooh, decent challenge. Let's see. Hold on, that's a decent challenge. That's a thug. A thug is easy prey. I'm gonna see if I can kind of pull one mob. I gave up on stressing. Yeah, because I'm telling you. And then also too, you gotta think about this too, Jay. When it says if you die at any point, you lose your hardcore status. The mat fights, when you got to do the level cap breaks. If you don't execute that mat fight like flawlessly, you will die, and you will lose your hardcore status at level 50. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like at any point, if you die, even if it's an event, even if it's an event, you die, you're done. So playing those mat fights, you had to do that flawlessly, or else you were SOL, brother. You were SOL. That's why I just like I can't do hardcore right now. Oh no, just cut out. Let's see. Yep. Let me see. Are you gonna turn around? Come here. Oh, this is easy too. Yeah, Matt is a bit easier. It's just, again, I don't want to stress. If I lose the fight with Matt, I lose the fight. I just rinse and repeat. But with that, or even I take it even to a step further. Unless you have, let's say you unlock Summoner, right? If you don't have somebody that's able to play with you to do those Summoner fights, those Avatar fights, if you die, you lost your hardcore status. So you know that's the thing. And I took those fights solo, and it's rough. It is very rough. It's very rough. What you working on? What you mean, Ryzen? What you talking about? What you talking about? Oh, you talking about the mission I'm on? I'm on mission 1-1 for Winterst. Leveling up. I'm doing both. I'm leveling up and I'm doing the missions for Winterst 1-1. And I'm just trying to see if I could scoot past this. Hold on, come here. I can get this Weaver. This Weaver ain't.
Your skill has increased.
Come here. Come on, let's make sure this thug don't turn around. If he don't turn around, we Gucci. We go. Oh, Dark Crystal.
Your skill has increased.
Appreciate Dark Crystal. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks.
Your skill has increased.
Am I new to Horizon? I'm not new. I've been kind of off and on. But I've been trying to like get into it like fully. To Final Fantasy 11, no, I'm not new. I've played that before, but to Horizon, yeah, I would say I'd start playing Horizon maybe a couple months. Like I had it downloaded and everything, and kind of been off and on. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's do this. I gotta skip through these cutscenes because those mobs are gonna spawn, and guess what? I'm gonna get stabbed in my ass. That's why I try to rush through it, because they gonna spawn. Usually I do read through the cutscenes just for the haha nostalgia, but I got to get through this. Hey, Bearded Wonder, appreciate the follow, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Jay, thank you, appreciate the follow as well. Hey, no worries, Beard, man, you good. All right, man, this cutscene, you guys talking too long. These mobs are gonna spawn on me. Hurry up. All right, good deal. We're good. We're Gucci. We're out of here. I still need one more wild onion so I can get this quest done, and then from there, what's this? Easy praying. That's fine. Hey man, I appreciate that, Beard. Sure thing. Like I said, I'm trying to figure it out, to be honest with you. Let's see. I'm waiting for tile to drop. I'll probably pop back on. Someone can get a... Hey, Joy drop. All right. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get back into it, play a little more regularly on top of the other stuff that I'm doing on this channel. Hey, I'm whiffing over here. But definitely I hit you up. Definitely. Let's see. Oh, Ryzen. Okay, you're waiting for Tau to drop. And see, that's the thing. So Ryzen, how far are you in here? Like, what's your specs looking like? Summoner, Red Mage 75. Okay, all right. So you got you. Okay, Bearded, you play most days. Okay, couple hours. Yeah, same here. That's what I said. I'm trying to like spread out my situation here. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. But I do want to get back into the Final Fantasy stuff. Paladin 70, 71. I don't know, can't remember. No worries. I was. Okay, and you don't have okay. So you spread out. So Beard is diversified, and Ryzen's over here, showing everybody how it's done by getting to level 70 on a couple jobs. I got you. Let me see. I don't have any, yeah, you bounce. Yeah, and that was the thing too, Bearded, that I was talking to some of the other people in here, like Frosty. And I think Orbtaru, something like that, where basically I was just letting them know that, the one thing about Final Fantasy that people got to keep in mind is to diversify the jobs, man. If the dev team don't focus on multiple jobs at one point in time, everybody's gonna play the same thing, and the game's gonna get monotonous and boring. So that's why I was saying I like that. At least for me, I like how Horizon is taking a little bit more slower approach and allowing players to kind of play the jobs, feel the jobs. No one job beats all the rest of the jobs, but there are some nuances, right? And I think the one thing I do like about Final Fantasy and the way they do their jobs and classes is that they kind of you have the option to play a different class, and you're not stuck playing one class, right? You can jump around to other classes, and it doesn't really make you play something, right? That's the one thing I do like about Final Fantasy 11, is that each class had a purpose. Like you had a purpose for playing it, and that's just the mentality I hope they keep up, especially when they drop Tau. Trying to get we can leave, or not leave yet, but I definitely want to get this last wild onion. All right, let me double check here real quick. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can find this cracked orb. Hey, I appreciate the follow as well over there. I think I've seen too much active in chat. Oop. Did I find it? Oh, no, it's not broken. Okay. No bad. So, Dra, let me ask you. You say you want to try 11. Why haven't you tried 11? Let me ask you that. And I appreciate the follow, Ryzen. Appreciate that. Oh, your computer's been out of commission. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, there's not much that can be done about that. Your computer's out of commission. Well, I will say this. The game doesn't require a huge amount of specs. So, whichever you need to get done with your... Yeah, I was going to say that. If you have a Steam Deck, if you got a laptop, if you just want to try it, you don't have to get a beefy PC. It has low exactly. It has low requirements. Beard is right. Like, you don't need a beefy PC to play this.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
Yeah. And I think more so Tau would probably change that because of the changes they're making. Like the size and everything, the download is another thing to keep in mind. Pair of ash clogs. I got me some ash clogs. Ooh. Hey, Chef. Appreciate for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. My inventory full, really? Dang, 30 don't get you much. What can I toss out here? Wait, I'll keep that. I might need that for some rabbi tail. Moblin a goblin, you right. Hey, no, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Your inventory is full.
Okay, so that's just the stuff. Oh, that's right. Equip that now. Boom. Hey, Hoko, appreciate the likes. Thank you. I'm gonna have to... Yes. Let me drop all that. I don't need that stuff. Should have sold it when I had the chance, but it's fine. Keep those. Let's see. Yeah, well, they're going to. That's the thing, though, Risen. They're going to add Alexander, and they're going to add Alex. Now, I would imagine they're going to add them immediately. It would be odd if they drop Tau and they don't, because that's just... They're prolonging it at that point, right? So, that would be odd. Now, in terms of the fights, you might struggle with that, because I don't think too many people are going to be up for those fights. People are not going to be up for those fights. Those fights are going to probably... It's probably going to be a struggle for that. Like, who wants to fight Alexander? Who wants to fight... You know, oh... Uh-oh. Woo. What's level are these guys? Oh, that's a 2? Oh, they're... Never mind. I thought they'd be a higher level. So that would be my only thing to be concerned with. Yeah, that would be my... I think that would be your biggest problem, is the fact that people are gonna not be wanting to do that fight.
Your skill has increased.
But yeah, like I said, we'll see. Now, my biggest concern, I would say, is how are you gonna balance Alexander and Odin? Because if they use the avatars from the retail version with no, because I want to see what patch notes they're going to be dropping for that, because the balancing act they're going to need to pull off. Got it. Cracked orb. Thank you. The balancing act they're going to need to perform for those two avatars. And they don't want Summoner to still be this you know, somebody called it earlier a bard white mage. I mean, I hope they tune it correctly, because it's gonna be rough if they don't. I can tell you that right now with Odin and Alexander, because you talk about bots spamming buffs. It's gonna be rough. Hey, Cassio, appreciate the follow. Thank you. Exactly. Because if they drop, you know, retail original Odin, I mean, what's the point? It's like, okay, like, who's going to be doing what? Oh, in-game Summoner. Summoner, why would you play anything else? Like, why would you play anything else at that point? And that's what I was talking earlier. Is like they gotta do some impressive balancing acts.
Your skill has increased.
Did they nerf the? Nah, I don't think they did. I don't think they did that. I was about to ask, did they nerf the drop rates? Because I've been killing these thugs. I have yet to get a wild onion. What's going on with the wild onions? I have yet to get one. I know I'm not thief. I know that, but damn. Hey, I appreciate the share,
Your skill
shenanigans.
has increased.
Wait, hold on. Shawnikins. I had to look at that a little more closely. There we go. Thank you. The wild onion, my last one. All right, now I gotta touch that orb again, or that door again. I mean, I might just touch it and just blood warp back if I can't take out the two mobs. Oh, Dark Crystal, you still over here? Dark Crystal? Is Dark Crystal being a real OG in... Oh, no. Okay. Well, thought she was over over here killing the mobs. That's fine. Level 4. But yeah, I would definitely be interested to see what they're going to do with Odin and Alexander for Tau, because they've already shown the retail version of the Phantom rolls for Corsair, and they showed Blue Mage and they showed Puppet Master, and they showed all the little retail versions they're going to be implementing into the game. My question would be, how are they going to balance, quote unquote, Odin and Alexander for Summoner? Because also too, you know, another thing that they didn't really showcase, and for obvious reasons, they also talked about Blue Mage being able to use the what are those swords called? The curved swords, those being actually more important, which would be interesting. Because I always thought that it was kind of odd that you were Blue Mage, you know, signature sword, and you wouldn't use it. You just wouldn't use it. You know, so I'm interested to see that. Also, too, on how the copycat ability rates are going to be as well. Actually, what level is this? Level 1. Oh, oh, that's easy. I like that. I like that. But like I said, all good stuff. All good stuff. I'm very, and again, somebody, I think it was it? I don't know if it was you, Risen, or it was Bearded, that was talking about that. We'll see if they release it this year. I think they're going to release it sooner than later. I really do. I think they're going to release it sooner than later. I think that they're going to, because I mean, they're talking about it more and more. So, with that being said, I imagine they're going to be releasing it sooner than later. But I wonder how they're going to make the copycat of the mob abilities for Blue Mage. Because I remember in retail, Blue Mage kind of sucked. I'm talking, there were days where I tried to copy some abilities that took me 2 days, literally 2 or 3 hours to copy one mob ability. And I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it. So I hope they speed up that process, or make that process more happen more often, because it was pain to level Blue Mage at one point. It was literal pain. Wild Carrot, yes, Risen knows what I'm talking about. Wild Carrot. What was the other one? The Dahamels, the whistle, not the whistle. Not the whistle. The one that the damn giraffes do. I can't think of that ability right now. The giraffes, the one, that ability took me forever. I'm like, what is it? Healing Breeze, thank you. See, Dion, thank you. Appreciate it. Y'all got the power knowledge. The Healing Breeze took me a couple hours to learn for Blue Mage. I'm like, like, this ain't it. This is taking too long. You had to, and the thing was, is you couldn't just kill the mob. You had to wait for them to use the ability. So sometimes you wouldn't be fighting. You'd be having your back to the mob until it used the ability. So you'd be playing tiddlywinks with the mob until it used this ability. And you'd be like, oh, all right, now let me turn around. Nope, still didn't use it. Then you turn back around, start beating it up. And sometimes they would, and then sometimes the mob wouldn't even use the ability. You'd be sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for it to use the one ability, and it never used it. So it was like, like what? Oh, I don't even know why I ran back here. I'm supposed to go to the I went to the wrong way. I gotta go back to back to Windhurst, excuse me. Alright, let me heal up in case I gotta fight anything. But yeah, Dion, that's exactly it. Like Cocoon. Am I new to Horizon? No, I just have not played nor streamed it that much. That's why I kind of got this fresh character. I want to stream it, play Horizon, enjoy it, meet some people. Try to really get back into the Final Fantasy stuff. Just when I can, of course. But no, I'm not new to Final Fantasy, but the server I am. I played on this server for about a couple months, off and on, a little bit, off and on. Hey, Michael Carter, appreciate the follow, man. Appreciate the follow, Green, as well. Appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try like streaming a little bit more, getting involved into Final Fantasy, kind of give some love to the game because it deserves it. If anybody, I'm sure everybody here has played either retail or otherwise, has enjoyed some Final Fantasy, right? No sub. I'm level 9. Doug, what you mean? What you mean? I'm level 9. I ain't even unlocked sub yet. I can't even put a sub. I can't. What you mean? I'm not even level 18 yet. The game is addictive. Yeah, it can get addictive. You absolutely right. It can get addictive. You gotta balance it out a little bit. I guess she must be. Let me give a wave here, because she been a real, she Dark Crystal, been a real OG, helping me out and whatnot. New character, yeah. This is a new character and all that good stuff. Like I said, a bronze. Oh, hey. Hello?
Your inventory is full.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is a new character. Like I said, I'm, gonna try and do a little bit of the streaming side of things for Horizon, as well as some of the other games that I play. But like I said, Horizon, I think, to be fair, Final Fantasy 11, for what it is not getting the love it needs nowadays. It's a classic, man. It's a classic, man. It deserves a little showcase every once in a while. Nowadays games are kind of, you either playing some sweating, FPS meme station, not name dropping, but you know what I mean. Are you playing, COD, Best MMO? Yeah, most definitely. I think it's one of the greats. You absolutely right. Doug.
Your inventory is full.
And you know what, Doug? Being that you say you bring that up, let me ask you a question. Why do you feel it's one of the greats? Why do you feel Final Fantasy 11 is one of the greats? Because I had this conversation earlier, but I'd like to hear other people's opinions about it. Details, yeah. You can say details, mechanics, all that good stuff, yeah.
Your inventory is full.
Oh man, I don't like. I'm thinking I'm gonna take that off, because that gets annoying after a while. Hold on, what can I drop? Each ash clogs. I don't want to sell them, to be honest. And I only got 288 guild in my name. I could drop the fire crystals, to be honest. Oh no, let me drop it. No. Yeah, I dropped that. That's fine. So stop making that comment up. As you can change jobs, the areas, and the music. Combat style. Yeah, I trust me. It was one water crystal. I was thinking about it. I was like, nah, because I want to sell the other stuff. True, you're right. Best early money maker. You absolutely right. But yeah, you were right. Final Fantasy was ahead of its time. It had a plethora of different, nuances. The music was good. The combat was fine. Now, a lot of people don't like tab targeting, and I get that because it's not action combat oriented like that. Sell the silk. You right, Doug. You right. Yeah, you're definitely right. And like I said, for me, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of that farming stuff offline, or not offline. Do that stuff off stream because trust me, I understand. We all understand the nuances of Final Fantasy, but if I'm trying to get some new eyes on the game, give it a little bit of a try, college try here. I don't want to bore nobody with no farming. But you're right. The fact that you could change jobs and everything. Yeah, you're right. And I think another thing too, Doug, about the jobs, just to make 50K. You're right. It can take hours. And like I said, I ain't trying to do that. First early money zone, silk, bee chips. You're right. You both making excellent points. Very excellent points. Thank you. And then the jobs. I think the other thing too about Final Fantasy is I think the jobs in and of itself were almost hallmark, not overly classic, but at the same time they all made sense, right? And they all had like a purpose. Most jobs in Final Fantasy had a purpose. Like there was no one job that you play and that was it, right? Making a big one, that's helpful. All right, I appreciate that, Doug. I appreciate that. Let me see. Oop. Zoom out here. Oh, that's too far. All right, there we go. Where was I supposed to go? I think I'm supposed to go to port. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to port. To Geeky? Okay. All right. All right, I'll keep that in mind. There was actually, there was a lot of chats today. I was trying to remember. Hold on, 1 second. Hold on. You know what? I know this is kind of odd, but somebody told me something earlier, and I wanted to remember what they told me. 1 second here. I'm trying to write that down. It was Gotaru. Gotaru told me something to look up. Let's see. There's a bar and some tagging. Souls was in here earlier. I know he was giving me a lot of pointers. Hold on. I can't find it now. That's unfortunate. Because I remember he was telling me to look up something. It's called a new bout or something like that. Dang, I can't remember. That's too bad. Hold on. What do we got? 89% of Horizon is in the LS. Okay. Appreciate the share. And you said 9% of the server is in the
incoming tell.
The LS. The green. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? I appreciate the follow, Doug. Appreciate that. The fish early. You right. Yeah, I did sign up for the fishing guild. Thang guy. Am I saying that right? Thang. I appreciate the follow. I was trying to read the rest of that. Stacks moat carps. Right, moat carps. Okay, appreciate that. Somebody told me to look up something earlier in chat, and I was getting, like, I was going through it with them. Was at the top, maybe? They were telling me to look up something. I try to at least take people's advice. Man. Oh, there we go. Let me look this up real quick. It was some kind of some server or something like that. Human rod and insect paste. Okay, insect paste. Insect paste. Human rod and insect paste. All right. Appreciate the pointers, man. Appreciate the pointers. Alright, so let's go ahead and go. Actually, let me double check before I end up doing that. Okay, so yeah, I'm going there. Cool. I'm going the right direction. Love it. Love to see it. Played this game on and off for 23 years. 23 years? Hey man, you OG? Off and on? OG, okay. Alright, I got you. Let me see, can I get insect paste and a human fishing rod? Let me check here. I got a little money to spend. Okay, can you buy anything? Nope, they're not open. Oh, it's a holiday. That's nice. Let's see. And you know what's funny that you bring that up? Worst case, yeah, on auction house. You know what's funny that you bring that up, Doug? For as much, like, all these new games that come out, right? You know what struck me as funny? Is how classic games like this are still played to this day, standing the test of time, and games haven't somehow able to, like, not reinvent the wheel, right? Like, why isn't there, like, I thought, me personally, when 14 was first announced, I honestly thought that was going to be Final Fantasy 11 too. I really did. Yeah, at all times, exactly. And this is just this server. There's other servers, but I'm just saying if 11 on retail, and I brought this up too, but I'm not going to jump around a little bit too much. If Final Fantasy 11, yeah, they try to put it on mobile. Yeah. If they actually would have, if they would have just taken what was this, like 11, and made an updated graphics version, basically made 14 Final Fantasy 11 2, and took all of that, all of what's in 11, and just slapped it into 14. That, man, listen, they would have. You talk about revitalizing. Exactly. It's good, but it's not 11. You said 14 is better. I'm be honest with you. A Spanish. I don't know, man. I don't know. Better in what way? Let me ask you that. Better in what way? Okay, you played it since. Okay. 14 is for the. Yeah, and that's what I'm. But let me ask you. That's why I said, why is 14 better than 11? Okay. Time investment. Okay. I mean, I understand that. 14 is very casual. I understand all that. Let's see the wild onions. Okay. So it says you haven't spent hours. I understand that. So when you say get things done, you talking about leveling? 14 is for people that want to solo everything and have barely. So, well, I mean, you guys are going at it over there in the chat. Or between 11 and 14. And I mean, again, they're both nuances, right? They're both nuances. I get both sides of it. Yes, 11 was more, it was harder and it was more time consuming than it is 14. But 14, like people are saying, you could solo it. Like you could but what was the point? What's the point of playing an MMO if you can solo everything? If everything is quick gratification? That's kind of why people enjoy 11, because it's not quick gratification. You actually work towards stuff and you feel accomplished when you get it. You know, that's kind of the heart of why people like 11, that the actual time investment reflects, you know, a little bit better. Let's see, I did that. Okay, so I got that one. Back. Actually, yeah, let me warp back. But no, I get both points between 14 and 11. I definitely get it. I definitely get it. Let me see, do I have anything? Oh, I do have auction house worthy stuff. Let me go ahead and sell some stuff to the auction house. 14 is a good game, and like I said, I'm not doubting that either game is good. I'm just saying what makes one better. That was the claim. What makes 14 better than 11? And if you talk about the, you know, time investment or how quickly you can get things, I mean, that's subjective. Go check the cloth vendor and sell it on auction house. Hold on. Here, let me make some space though, because I got stuff here. Oh wow. 2,500 for some crystals. Sure enough, I will. What else we got? We need one more. I'm gonna buy those. One earth and one wind. Let me buy that. One crystal. 200. I buy it. 200. 100. Up. 500. Okay. Uncray. I don't know if you're talking to me. You see me around game? Where exactly? Like just now? Because I just made this character, so I don't. What's this? What you got? Whole bunch of stuff I can't buy. Oh, beer, really? I just walked past an LS mate. Hey, shout out to beer. All right, let me get this going here. Get this next mission started. Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna get this next mission going here. And yeah. Hello? Oh, heart of that. There we go. The heart of the matter. That's the next mission. So let me see. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this mission. Or wardrobe space. Yep, you're right about that. All right. Okay. Oh, I gotta stretch. Okay. It's Apak. All right, Apak. I got you. OCC, and then the bearded. Yeah, that's a 10-4. I'm gonna go ahead and send you a tell, man. Let me see. Bearded. Okay. I would be glad when they add a friends list to this. I hope they add that with Tao. Because I've been writing people's names down. I've been sending tells and stuff to try to keep in touch. But I'll definitely go ahead and send you a tell, Doug. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Hey, Risen. Same to you, man. Let me see. Did you tell me what your in-game name was? David? All right, man. I'll write your name down. Let's see. Couldn't remember. Oh, it's all good. All right, Doug, man. I got you written down here. I'll go through and send you a tell. And then let's see, couldn't goes. Nah, don't worry about it. But no, I do appreciate everybody stopping by, hitting the like button, chit-chatting with me over here on the Sunday chill stream. Do appreciate the gifts, the follows, and all that love, the sharing for the game that we all enjoy. I'm gonna go ahead and peace out here, and I will see you all in the next live stream. Y'all have a good night, man.